Campbell Stadium. Sold out, 80,000 on hand today for this 38th meeting between Virginia Tech and Florida State. Mike Norvell has his team at 5-0 for the first time, potentially since 2015, with the win today. Right now they lead 8-0 after a 13-play, 75-yard drive. And Wilson with a touchdown catch a moment ago. Nice catch. That's the tight end, Daquan Wright. Kalen DeLoach making the tackle. Second down coming up. There's head coach Brent Pryde, his second year on the sidelines for Virginia Tech. They're coming off a win last week against Pitt, breaking their 3-game losing streak. And right now they seem to have found their men at quarterback. Kyron Drones. Drones, a dual-threat quarterback. Had a prolific week last week. Hits the pass out to the 23. Let's go downstairs to Quinn.
You mentioned Kyron Drones. Mark, he made a vast improvement in his performance last week against Pitt, combining for 5 touchdowns, both with his feet and with his arm. Transfer from Baylor, he's a big cat. He goes about 234 pounds. He likes to run, but he'll take it to the perimeter and then chuck it deep. So he's a true dual threat. He's cool with no panic, finding his routine while bringing energy to this offense.
Completed 63% of his passes last week in that victory. Rolls out, incomplete at the 30, broken up nicely on the corner by Renardo Green. He was working against Felton, who had the first touchdown catch for the Hokies last week against Pitt. So it's a quick 3 and out for Virginia Tech.
You can see the sense of urgency on the part of Florida State. Secondary players filling quickly on Virginia Tech's screen game, which really exposed Pittsburgh last week. And then right there, Renardo Green, the corner, going up against Daquan Felton, who had a big game last week against Pittsburgh, scoring a touchdown early on a big go route from Kyron Drones. They go 3 and out.
Coleman back for the punt. Watches it bounce at the 42-yard line. Takes a propitious bounce for Virginia Tech out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for the Seminoles after that 45-yard. Florida State hasn't had an issue scoring points this year. Lewis, what makes this quarterback receivers group unique?
I mean, it's like building a basketball team. Everybody has a different skill set, and they all complement each other. Jaheim Bell is a do-it-all tight end who can play running back. He can play H-back. He can play a traditional wide. Keon Coleman, he can do it all, play above the rim. We'd already seen what Johnny Wilson can do on his touchdown catch.
Scored on their opening drive. Went over 70 yards. They set up the screen. Well executed. This is Douglas out close to a Seminole first down. Another weapon there. Marcuston Douglas.
I mean, already you have Jordan Travis 4 for 4, 41 yards. You've seen how he can get outside the pocket and create too. Keon Coleman, 1 reception for 14 yards. And then Johnny Wilson, if you give him a two-way go down the goal line against a safety, it's a wrap. It's over. It's going to be 6 every time. You're going to have to tighten up your coverage and figure out who you want to prioritize and take away.
They're going to run it. This is Benson, the Oregon transfer. Benson picking up about 2 yards on the play. Had 3 carries for 50 yards last week. You know, nitpickers, and there's always going to be some, will say that the Seminoles running game hasn't gotten untracked.
Yeah, I mean, look, the game's about scoring points, right? And this team has scored 30 plus.
On the season. Yeah.
Exactly. They scored 30 plus in 10 straight games going back to last year. I mean, you can't argue with that. That's what wins games. Not running the football, but scoring points. And they have found a way to do that.
They're going to run it again with Benson. Cut it inside, kept those legs going. Going to end up close to midfield. Picked up 4. Benson 6'1", 220 pounds. Native of Greenville, Mississippi.
I can promise you Mike Norvell is happy with that as far as getting 4 yards on a tough run like that where you're seeing your primary back carry defenders for yards after initial contact and setting yourself up in 2nd and 6. They'll take this all day long.
Benson always looking for ways to improve, to make himself better. Gets the handoff again off the left side. A yawning hole for Trey Benson. And it's Trey Day for the first down. Stroman making the tackle, but not before he picked up 19. Well, tonight on ABC and the ESPN app, Jack Plummer And the 5-0 number 25 Cardinals. So Sam Hartman, number 10 Notre Dame. Coverage starts 7:30 Eastern.
Just watch the block right there by tight end Marqueston Douglas. That's really what sprung it.
Shot up top, incomplete, intended for Keon Coleman. Working against Dorian Strong.
Off a first down, you pick up a first down, you're in plus territory, you're on the plus 31-yard line. Let's take a shot. One-on-one coverage, corner playing outside. Just throw it up top to your guy, your high riser, Keon Coleman. Jordan Travis just has to get that down and give his guy a chance to win. These guys are going to win the 50-50 balls. They just are. They're too good. Just give them a chance. Put it in their vicinity.
That was his first incompletion. Look at the total yard discrepancy. Travis, little pitch ahead to Morlock. So Bell, Daniel, Morlock, and Marqueston Douglas made a catch a moment ago. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
You can see Jordan Travis right there. He was going, hey, Kyle, get on out there. This is kind of an RPO. I'm trying to throw it to you, but he wasn't ready for it. I mean, this offense just has so many options with their RPO game and the individual athletes. Just a nightmare to defend.
Wilson in the slot to the bottom of your screen. They're going to run it. Benson has it. Toafili toes it down. Surfs close to the end zone on bodies. Touchdown, Florida State. He literally body surfed on a couple of defenders into the end zone for the score.
I mean, just look at this. You got the pull by the center, pull by the backside tackle, and look at how they find their mark. And then Toafili just does the rest. And he's saying, hey, look, I'm not down. I'm just going to surf on over these defenders and roll into the end zone. For everybody right now who was a little disappointed maybe in Florida State's. Oh, it's broke the plane, though. It looks like it's already broke the plane.
Yeah, the ball looked like it was over. I agree with you, partner.
I mean, that's great execution on the part of this Florida State offensive line. Getting bodies on bodies, and then the running backs is hitting it downhill with speed.
Wow, that offensive line opening up some holes too, Lewis.
Mark, they are playing right now, man.
Up 14 now, 15-0 with 4:44 to go. Lawrence Toafili out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Let's just call that a little swag surfing. Back after this.
Target Circle Week is here, now through October 7th.
And welcome back, everyone, to Tallahassee, Florida. Doak Campbell Stadium. Lawrence Toafili on top of two defenders, lunging and making it into the end zone to make it 15-0. With 4:44 to go in the opening quarter. Lewis, how important for Virginia Tech, who's only had one possession so far after going 3 and out, to get something going on this drive?
Yeah, but they need to possess the football and let their defense kind of catch its breath, because right now they've just gotten caught up in a tidal wave.
There's Tootin out to the 26-yard line. We're going to take a short timeout. It'll be 1st and 10 for the ESPN app. Jack Plummer and the 5-0 number 25 Cardinals host Sam Hartman and number 10 Notre Dame. Coverage begins 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific time. 1st and 10 for Virginia Tech. And the ACC quarterback of the week, Aaron Jones. Look at the discrepancy in the numbers so far. They're going to run it. Tootin picks up about 5 on the play. Bashal Tootin, the ACC running back of the week after a very prolific outing against Pitt 7 days ago. 2nd down and 6. What do you like about him?
He's got nice feet. You saw him right there. He had to avoid Fabian Lovett, who had gotten penetration in the backfield and almost dropped him for a 3-yard loss. He's got nice lateral quickness, good contact balance, tough competitor.
Drones incomplete out of the backfield. Look to hit Tootin on the pass, and in a blink it's going to be 3rd and 6 for Virginia Tech. Good pressure up front by Patrick Payton and Malcolm Ray.
Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be a problem. If you cannot stop Malcolm Ray from bull rushing you as an offensive guard, Brody Meadows, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have to sit down and anchor against these guys, because they can run at you 6 and 7, 8 deep on the defensive line, and they're going to be coming all day long. So for the Virginia Tech offensive line, it's time. It's time. Otherwise, you're going to get blown out in this game.
3rd and 6 for Drones. They go empty. 5 receivers. Gets rid of it quickly. Incomplete. Broken up nicely. Intended for Lane, and DJ Lundy was spinning a good tune there and forces 4th and 6. So another 3 and out for the Hokies.
It's a perfect quarters coverage, as they say. Quarter, where you split the field in fourths, and you have to pattern match down the field. So meaning this, it's a zone coverage to start, and then you match the patterns as they declare down the field. And it's a tough defense to play. You got to have high football IQ, and you saw it right there. DJ Lundy did it perfectly. He comes up with the PBU. That's exactly what Florida State's defense needs to start doing. If they get that part of their team going, as far as their pass defense is concerned, look out.
They come after the punt, and Peter Moore, he gets it off, and Coleman makes the catch on the move, still on his feet. Keon Coleman takes it all the way into the Hokie side of midfield, breaking a couple of tackles along the way. A little flex on him, too. Now for tonight's Aflac trivia question. Florida State had 3 head coaches between Bobby Bowden and Mike Norvell. Can you name them? Oh, this one I got a shot at.
Okay, I know one.
I got 2 of the 3.
I got me too, I think. Yeah. It's the 3rd one.
Oh man, see, I think we might be stuck on the same guy. Hey man, I'm trying to get an A on the group project. You know what I mean? 1st and 10 from the 45. Over the middle, complete. Johnny Wilson, and a 1st down at the 28-yard line. 16-yard pickup and another 1st down.
You're going to see right here, you're going to see Johnny Wilson just run this in breaker. When you have guys who are 6'7", 245 pounds, this is what they want to do. They want to play the game between the numbers with their big wide receivers. You cannot get caught outside leverage on these guys.
Pass incomplete, intended for Kyle Morlock. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
We talked about that with Chris Marv, the defensive coordinator for Virginia Tech. How do you defend guys this big, this athletic, this physical? And if you're laying off and you're playing soft coverage, they are just going to rebound the basketball with you on their back, and they're just going to move this ball up and down the field. You have to get aggressive and challenging.
They're going to run it this time. Rodney Hill with nowhere to go. He's going to lose a yard. Back to the 30. So what is the key then if you're that defensive back trying to defend Coleman at 6'4" and Wilson at 6'7"?
Well, some of it's going to be dictated by the coverage, right? So if you're playing a cover 3 and you're trying to keep everything in front of you, you're going to naturally, just by virtue of the defense, get caught on the high side, meaning he's going to box you out. But if they call press man-to-man, take your shot at the line of scrimmage, get on the low hip, and try and get in between him and the quarterback throw.
Playing off him that time, and they get it to the tight end, Morlock, close to the 1st down. And they are going to be really close. Let's see where they spot it. They got enough.
You see Keon Coleman here. Look, man, when they're going to run the football, these wide receivers are going to come after you. They told us our wide receivers won't play if they don't want to contribute in the run game. And when you got 215-pound, 240-pound wide receivers, they are the key to making the run game go as far as explosive runs.
Travis on the RPO slides in at about the 15-yard line. In a slow mesh there, he pulled it out of the tailback's gut. You're right about Coleman and blocking. Yesterday must have been a chest day for him because he just threw that DB onto the grass.
We saw him yesterday when we were leaving the stadium. He was coming in, and I'm telling you, up close and look, these guys are put together, man. This is a nice squad. Mike Norvell has done a great job using the transfer portal, developing the young guys on his team. They've got it going.
Travis over the middle, tipped and incomplete. A rare incompletion. Kelly Lawson got one of those hands up there and knocked it down. It'll be 3rd down and long now for the Seminoles.
Yeah, had Kelly Lawson not gotten up and knocked this down, this was going to be a touchdown for Kyle Morlock. You see him right there. He's going, that was 6. That was 6 for me. I want to get in on this party, but that's a nice job by Kelly Lawson, who is one of the better playmakers on Virginia Tech's defense.
Jaheim Bell on the field. We haven't called his name yet. That's him in motion. Number 6. Travis on the blitz. Got it off. Touchdown, Wilson. His second one.
You cannot play off of this guy when he's down here in the red area. Oh, this is a different play. This is the play earlier that maybe Morlock could have almost fought for a touchdown pass. But we'll get that. We'll get the replay on the touchdown there to Johnny Wilson. You can't play off coverage down here in the red area against guys who are 6'7", 240 pounds, 245 pounds. They are just going to catch the ball in front of you and rack up yardage. And you see defensive coordinator Chris Marv over there talking to Derek Canteen.
Right.
Look, the defense just puts him in an impossible situation, Marv. There's nothing he can do about it.
Jordan Travis.
Here we have it. You're going to see it right here. He's just going to run up and come back out here to the flag and just watch the corner, watch him back off and just play soft 3D type of coverage. And there's nothing you can do. Now, he should stay outside leverage for that 7 route or the corner route that he ran. He should have been there if he would have stayed outside leverage. But still, with as tall as Johnny Wilson is, all he had to do was out-jump him for the football. And that's the problem with playing these guys. They're so big and so athletic. If you don't challenge them early in the down at the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a long day. It's just going to be a long day.
Johnny Wilson, the transfer from Arizona State. Interestingly enough, Florida State was his only option once he entered the transfer portal. But yeah, he can flex on Virginia Tech right now. His second touchdown of the afternoon out of Calabasas. Boy, this Seminole offense indomitable right now, and the Hokies going to run it out. This is Tootin. Brought down short of the 20 at the 17-yard line. Let's answer the Aflac trivia question. You know what? I'll settle for 2 out of 3, partner. How about you? That's 66%.
Hey.
3.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let Mark go ahead and do it.
Okay, Jimbo's the easy one, and Willie, of course, right?
I can't think of
the third one. Willie Taggart. Odell.
I forgot about that.
Darn it.
All right. See, I have an excuse. I'm sitting here looking up all these players as fast as this game is going. And I can't split my brain.
Excuses are bridges to nowhere.
Yeah, that is true.
Come on,
that is true. That's true.
1.5 to go. Hokies looking to spark this offense. Tootin with a toss into the boundary. Run out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Edmond pushing him out of bounds. Let's go down to Quinn.
Coach Haggins, Odell's been here forever.
Yes.
Approaching like 30 years on this staff. And so I thought it was quite a contrast yesterday at practice. When you see all this space-age technology, they got drones, they got GPSs, they got virtual reality, they got replay monitors, the usage of film and GPS trackers. And then there's Coach Odell, who's been here for like 3 decades.
Man. Trying to tell me he's still got a flip phone, huh? 2. 2nd and 10.
The old and the new.
Yes. Little receiver screen incomplete. Tootin saw it go right through his hands, and the Hokies feel and look a little bit rattled right now.
They look overwhelmed right now. I think, a lot of times you watch a team on tape and you compare it to how maybe you played in your last game, and you go, okay, if we do this, this, and this, X, Y, and Z, we'll be able to stay in the game, get some first downs, and compete. But right now, I think what you're seeing is what we saw at practice yesterday when we watched Florida State. This is a big, fast, athletic football team that right now really believes they're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the country. And they're showing it right now. And it's knocking Virginia Tech back on its heels.
Ranked number 5 in the country. And with that Texas loss, that favors Florida State. Tootin with the catch and met by a cater of tacklers, a group of tacklers led by Edmond and Lundy.
I watched DJ Lundy on that entire play. He came from the opposite side of the formation, and you could just see him lining him up the entire way. They are running and hitting, and that's what defense is all about. It's about running to the football and then putting your pads on them when you get there. And clearly, Florida State's defense got the message about what was expected today.
This is the third 3-and-out for Virginia Tech. Keon Coleman perched at his own 35. A low spiraling punt. Returnable, juggled it at the 40, and tackled immediately at the 39-yard line on the 43-yard punt. Let's go back to the studio.
Mark, time now for our All-State Good Hands play of the day. Number 11, Alabama at Texas A&M. Boog, here's Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, really good job of the offensive line giving him time. And Milroe scanned right, went back left, and a blown coverage by A&M. Easy touchdown, but the patience of Milroe paid off.
52 yards to Isaiah Bond right now. It's Bama up 10-3. Mark, Lewis, back to you guys.
Yeah, we saw Milroe last week play a very complete game for the Crimson Tide. 1st and 10 right now for Florida State. 10 seconds to go in the opening quarter. It has been all Seminoles.
False start. Offense, number 53. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Mike Norvell, the head coach of Florida State, said that nobody improved more in the spring than his quarterback, Jordan Travis. And he's shown you some of it here early in the game. 1st and 15. Great dominion over this offense. Handing it off to Rodney Hill. He was brought down after a 2-yard gain, and that's going to be the last play of the opening 15 minutes. 1 quarter in the books here in Tallahassee. (22-0). Seminoles impressive to start. We'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Imperious first quarter offensively for Florida State. Look at those numbers.
Yeah, they're winning the game up front, Mark. I mean, that's just really, it doesn't matter what level of football you're talking about. You win the game up front, you're probably going to come out on the right side of the ledger. Right now, that's exactly what FSU is doing.
2nd and 13 for the Seminoles. Travis on the out, complete to his tight end Morlock. Takes it out to the 37. Moments ago, Q caught up with Coach Pry.
Coach, they clearly landed the first punches. What type of response do you need to see right now?
Yeah, I think, first of all, we're getting them into 3rd and long defensively. We got to get off the field there. We had some opportunities to stop a drive, and then we have a missed opportunity for a turnover here in the red zone. We drop an interception. We got to make those kind of plays against a team like this. And then offensively, we got to get some things going. We haven't had any positive plays. We got to get some drives started, get on schedule a little bit, settle down, and let's play like we're capable.
Thank you, Coach.
You heard the mission for Virginia Tech. Travis showing the ability to run. There's a late flag thrown. Travis down at the 49 on the Hokies side of midfield. Burgos making the tackle. Let's see if this run stands or not. It's a 10-yard run by Travis.
I'm wondering if you're going to get offensive holding. This is one of the better defensive snaps
Holding.
they've had.
Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Casey Roddick starting left guard right there. So it's going to come back. Big win for Florida State a couple of weeks ago at Clemson. And in wake of that 31-24 victory in overtime, Jordan Travis was selling T-shirts on his website that were labeled Tiger King after defeating Clemson and LSU this year. The selling price, Lewis, $31.24. The final score, gotta love it. You can't spell Travis or troll without the team. Back to pass. Down the side, incomplete. No flag on the play, intended for Douglas. Good coverage by Canteen. And a rare drive that will end in a punt for the Seminoles.
That's what we're talking about as far as defensive backs playing with physicality down the field. You're going to see Canteen right here in your screen. You see this, you got to play with tight coverage, try and time up when you're going for the football, make sure that you don't commit pass interference, don't get there too soon, but you got to be close and you got to be in between the quarterback and the receiver when you're going up against guys with this kind of size.
Alex Mastromanno, his first punt of the afternoon, comes down at the 13-yard line. A 48-yard punt, nothing on the return. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Q explores some of the wonderful history here at Doak Campbell Stadium, in and around it.
It's over 100 sod games, that is big road wins, and it's been here since 1962. It's a cemetery, not a graveyard. A cemetery has to be associated with a church. In this case, the church, Doak Campbell Stadium. The religion, it's football.
That is so true. It is religion here. Interesting that the body was still warm. They got the grass in there quick. I didn't know the difference between a cemetery and a graveyard. Thanks, Q. Always learn something when Q's spitting some facts down there.
Q-tips.
I tell you, the latest, they had a little mini coffin there with an orange piece of turf from the Clemson win at Clemson, September 23rd, with some flowers. I mean, unbelievable. I just couldn't get it. Remember, this school used to be a little bit of an underdog back in the 60s and 70s, and when they became a powerhouse, they've kept that sod cemetery alive.
Gotta love it. Drones incomplete, almost picked off. Are they going to call an interception? Yes! Thomas with the INT, but there's a flag down. Azarie Thomas kept his feet in bounds.
I'm just wondering if that actually is going to be an interception.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 54. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. Joshua. Nope.
You see Byron Turner right here, number 54, coming off the edge. He's got to pull off on that.
Still a great catch, though.
You see Thomas. Oh, my goodness.
Man. Let the official there say, hey, I got my foot in.
How about that? Reestablished himself back in bounds. Got his feet down. I mean, just tight roped it. I mean, that's as good a play as you're going to see by a DB. All for nothing.
That is the first down of the game for Virginia Tech. Toss into the wide side of the field. Tootin couldn't get north-south. Run out of bounds at about the 42. Cypress the second making the stop.
You can see what offensive coordinator Tyler Bowen is doing with Virginia Tech. The same kind of attack they basically used against Pittsburgh, trying to attack the edges, get on the perimeter. Quick tosses, wide receiver screens, halfback screens, shots down the field, out on the edges. They know that they can't really compete with Florida State between the numbers, between the hashes. They're just not big enough, strong enough, and good enough in there. They have to play this game on the perimeter.
Tootin ran for almost 110 yards last week. Nice carry here, kept those pads low and got close to the first down. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to give him the first down, so they'll move the chains. He's a transfer from North Carolina A&T. Had actually originally committed to Boston College before flipping to Virginia Tech.
He just ran over Shaheem Brown, one of the big hitters for Florida State at safety, put him flat on his back. This guy is a competitor in every sense of the word. And if they're going to have any chance of making this game competitive, he's going to be a big reason why.
The reigning ACC running back of the week. Drones going to run here. He's got some real estate in front of him. Drones on his feet at the 25. Ducks down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal for Virginia Tech. That's the type of play you said he had to make today, right?
Absolutely. Quarterback runs. Look, he took off after looking at the shot play. He was trying to get it to Daquan Felton, which I thought he should have let it go because he had a step on the defenders down the field. But that is exactly what Kyron Drones has to do. Use that 6'2", 235-pound body to give Florida State's defense another runner to worry about.
40-yard pickup on the play.
Virginia Tech, first time out of the half.
And Coach Brent Pry going to call a timeout in the shadows of the end zone. Still trying to get on the scoreboard when we return.
on the deep shot early in the football game, and then the quarterback runs really did Pittsburgh in, especially down in the red area, where he can be just so dangerous with the RPO game, the zone read game, and he's a 234-pound guy. He ran the ball 22 times, 21 times last week, and you can see right there, at linebacker depth, if you do not keep your eyes on this young man, he will pull it down and build up a head of steam where you're not going to want to hit him. And he has to go ahead and go crazy right now as far as taking over this game.
Threw for 3 touchdowns against Pitt, ran for 2 more. Looking to duplicate that. 1st and goal from the 10. He's going to tuck it and get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Patrick Payton and Malcolm Ray up front making the tackle for Florida State.
Yeah, you can see Patrick Payton right there. He was running the stunt and just kind of was eyeballing Drones and making sure he doesn't break out of there. And I think obviously the defensive coaching staff for FSU is going to say, hey, look, let's just make sure that we keep an eye on this quarterback, be disciplined with our rush lanes. It's something that they have struggled with this year so far defensively.
Lane and Green out to the top of your screen. Drones fires, batted down at the line of scrimmage. Malcolm Ray got a hand on it, and it'll be 3rd and goal for the Hokies.
This excellent awareness on the part of Malcolm Ray. You're going to see him right here in the middle of your screen. Watch him. You're going to see him then. He knows he's not going to get there. Get the hands up, getting in the throwing lanes.
Effort.
And they are just so deep along the defensive line, Mark. I mean, they can just roll these kids in here 8 and 9 deep.
Out of Carroll City, Florida. That is a Hard Rock Stadium just down the turnpike. 3rd and goal. A little counter draw. Tootin. Going to be knocked out of bounds for a loss on the play. Well defended again by Florida State. Payton and Cypress, the 2nd, making the tackle, and in comes the field goal unit for Virginia Tech. John Love will try and attempt this one.
Good vision on the part of Florida State's defensive line again, playing with vision, making sure the ball goes lateral instead of vertical, and then everyone rallied to the football.
Love is 6 of 7 on the year. This one coming from 29 yards out. He caroms it off of the upright and through, which underscores the point that nothing is coming easily today for Coach Pry's crew. 9:37 to go in the opening half. I don't know if he's been working on this one or not, but either way, he'll take it.
Back to you.
Coleman in motion on 1st and 10. Strong carry between the tackles by Trey Benson. Tackled by Lawson on the play, but a nice gain of about 4 on the play. So this running game for the Seminoles seems to be what they desired, right?
Yeah, they're playing with physicality. They're playing north and south, downhill, not running a lot of side to side, trying to be physical and get vertical. Virginia Tech has to match that.
Coleman in motion again. They set up the screen. Benson with nowhere to go. Might have lost a yard on the play, but the running game was a little concerned coming into this game against Virginia Tech.
Yeah, you see here, though, doing a nice job executing the combo blocks, getting up on the 2nd level, getting pushed at the point of attack. And you can see Toafili and Benson are both getting the ball downhill. When we say that, we mean, you see how quickly they're onto the 2nd level and their shoulders are parallel to the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's what you want. You want these guys going downhill. And when you do that, you're going to rip up big chunks like they have.
See if the Hokies defense can get off the field here on 3rd and 6. Travis has time. Pump fakes, and he's going to be sacked. Buried back at the 21-yard line. So Virginia Tech now twice today defensively able to get off the field. That wasn't happening in the opening 15 minutes. That's their 14th sack of the season. Mario Kendricks with the honors.
Yeah, it was a nice job of them kind of showing pressure, but still only rushing with 4, covering with 7, a simulated pressure, which kind of confuses the quarterback a little bit, confuses the protection up front a little, not knowing if you're going to rush with 5. They match the patterns in the back end. You get off the field on 3rd down. Textbook.
Mastromano with an end-over-end, high-arcing punt. Comes down at the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for Drones. And now let's take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Goodyear. What about Georgia, Kentucky? That's a very interesting game between 2 undefeateds. What jumps off the page
you know what,
for you?
I need to watch a little bit more of Michigan, man, because they are absolutely rolling right now.
Okay.
I'm a little surprised that Texas losing that football game to Oklahoma, but hats off to Oklahoma. You know, Ohio State got it going. They had a little bit of a slow start. We all know the news surrounding quarterback play there, whether or not it's going to be good enough in the end. And Georgia, Kentucky, that's going to be a good one. We'll be back at the hotel watching that. You'll be on the plane, I'm sure, going home.
Oh, man, got that aluminum tube ready to fly.
Aluminum tube.
Malachi Thomas with the 1st down. It's commercial, man.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't get the PJ yet. Working on that.
Tell me about it. Let's just combine our assets, see if we can get one.
This Hokie offense getting ready to take flight, a 12-yard gain. 1st down and 10. And it feels like finally they've exhaled and been able to settle in a little bit.
The running game's getting going a little bit.
Nothing doing on that. Malachi Thomas tackled by Joshua Farmer. He'll lose 2 yards. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line, 2nd and 12. The team that last week put up 38 points against Pitt.
I think it's important here that Kyron Drones continues to be a focal point of this offense, not just throwing it, but also running it. Get him out on the perimeter when they want to throw it. Give him some run-pass options out there on the edge. Have field reads. He looked good doing that last week.
False start.
Virginia Tech seemingly imploding with the penalty on this play.
Delay a game for disconcerting signals. Defense, number 4.
Oh, wow.
It's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It's going to go the other way. So yesterday, I'm trying to get back to the hotel, get a little lunch, get some food. You said, hold on a sec. I need to walk through the stadium. What have you seen, and has it all met your expectations? First time here, right?
Yeah, you know, that was.
How much you feeling it, man?
I mean, I was recruited by Florida State coming out of high school.
Right.
Coach Bowden came up to my house, and I never came down here. I just wanted to see, you know, this iconic stadium that has the iconic band, the grass. I love it, man. I love stadiums.
Great atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Pass incomplete. So
it has met all my expectations, all of them, man. I mean, this crowd is hyped up. This football team is good. Big-time college football, Mark.
Right.
There's nothing better than it. There really is.
Hold on a second. You said Coach Bowden came to your crib?
Yeah, man.
And you didn't come and visit?
I didn't even come and visit.
Bro.
I was so stuck in my ways, folks. I was staying in the northern part of the country in southeastern PA.
Man. That's an L.
Hey, you know what though? You know what? Would I change it? No, I wouldn't. Look, I love my years at Pittsburgh. I'm a devoted Pitt Panther through and through. But yeah, it's an honor. It's cool to be down here, man. It's cool to be down here around this kind of environment. 2nd and 9.
Here we go, 3rd and 7. Pass complete. And it's close to the 1st down. Nice catch by Lane.
Lewis, you would have loved campus. It's a beautiful campus with a bunch of quads and gorgeous southern trees. And yesterday we were on campus for about an hour. And one thing you get the sense, football's really important here, and it brings people together in Tallahassee. It's a reason to come back to campus. I met students, I met alums, I met parents, I met future students who are touring campus. This football program means a lot, and they're back in the top 10. There's a certain pride in the puffing your chest right now.
Feeling you on that, Q. Virginia Tech picking up the 1st down, initially marked short on the previous play.
And you see here, watch this catch by Jalen Lane, though. Ooh. He scoops that by his fingertips off the ground.
Big-time play.
He's another guy who has the deep speed. He's got the home run playmaking ability. They got to get him going.
Oh, they got a man on the post. He came the other way, and it's incomplete. But it looked like Felton was open as another option.
Mark, he had him perfectly. He caught the corner. Fentrell Cypress, number 23, sleeping on that reverse pass. You're going to see Cypress, number 23, at the top of the screen. He does not get out of there. In the middle of the field is wide open, and Kyron just does not see him. He opts instead to go to Daquan Wright down the sideline.
Wow.
That should have been 6. That should have been 6, folks.
And that's not a play that you can dial up again,
No,
right?
I mean, who knows, maybe later on in the game, but that's your shot. You got to capitalize on that when you're playing a top 10 team in the country.
2nd and 10. Tootin, man, he moves the pile all the way down inside the 40-yard line. It'll be about 1.5 yards shy of the first down with under 5 minutes to go in the opening half. So far, Florida State more than doubling the output of Virginia Tech yardage-wise.
I'll tell you what, they would have gotten a lot closer to him had they just hit that big play right there to Felton, who was wide open. I mean, that's how close it is right now when you're talking about big plays, how it can just change the game immediately.
Incomplete behind Tootin. Not a great throw by Drones, and you wonder whether they're going to go for it here again. Hey, the best of 5 WNBA final start tomorrow afternoon, 3 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. Asia Wilson, one of my favorites, and the defending champ Aces hosting Brianna Stewart, Stewie, and the Liberty. Coverage tips with WNBA Countdown at 2:30. Brian Rucco and Rebecca Lobo on the call. Holly Rowe on the sidelines. 4th and 2 coming up.
I love the aggressiveness right here by Brent Pry. But they are dialing up the right plays. Offensive coordinator Tyler Bowen, he's on it right now.
Drones has plenty of time underneath. Tootin picks up the first down. Man, he spun on a dime and didn't leave the Seminoles any change. They moved the change. Deloach got rocked by Tootin, a 10-yard gain.
I mean, what a great job by Bachel Tootin of understanding that Kalen Deloach is going to be pursuing inside out as fast as can be, and he just puts on the brakes and just stops and then gets the ball north and south. That's football instinct right now. When someone talks to you about a person having instincts,
right,
that's it right there. The kind of thing you don't coach, you just react. And Tootin right now is showing you why, pound for pound, he's maybe their best player on this football team right now.
Transferred from North Carolina A&T, a prodigious HBCU. Drones with a nice gain of about 5+ on the play. And you can feel this Hokie offense getting its rhythm now. 2nd and 5 coming up. Drones was billed as the heir apparent several years ago to Gary Bohannon at Baylor. Things didn't work out for him. He hit the portal and made his way to Virginia Tech, making his 4th consecutive start after Grant Wells was injured in that Purdue game. Jones playing like he doesn't want to give up QB1. 2nd and 5. On the mesh, hands it off. Nice tackle on the play by Green. Renardo Green limits that gain by Malachi Thomas.
You're starting to see this Virginia Tech offensive line kind of lean on Florida State a little bit up front, a little bit more. Okay. They were getting overwhelmed early when Florida State was fresh. But as this game goes on, it seems like this offensive line for Virginia Tech, and they need it to improve. It has not been good enough. But they're starting to get their confidence going a little bit. Tootin running the ball with authority. The deep shots, Mark, are there down the field. The explosive plays that can flip this game are there. The quarterback just has to hit them.
Thomas in the backfield, not Tootin, on 3rd and 3. Complete. Good tackle. That might be short. Cypress came up from his corner spot and made a nice open field hit, and they're going to mark it short of the first down. Thomas did well just to hang on to the ball. He took a shot.
You watch Fentrell Cypress right here. He's got man-to-man coverage on Aiden Green, and he just plays with great vision through to the quarterback, comes off his man and makes a great tackle right there at the sticks.
Jones did well to get it over to the defender there.
Absolutely. Right? Look, it's a nice throw. It's nice execution on both parts. But for Cyprus, that's how you play good team defense.
4th and 1 again, and let's see where they spot this. Drones kept it, and at 235 pounds, they're saying yes, it's a first down.
This is an important drive for Virginia Tech. They can really kind of make some headway in this game if they can go ahead and punch this in, get the ball coming out in the second half. Drones has to continue to be accurate with the football, and they got to continue to use him as a run threat here down here in the red zone in particular.
The 21 personnel got a couple of running backs in there, Thomas and Tootin. They've converted on 4th down 3 times already on this drive. Drones all the way down to the 5-yard line. Man, guys making career choices and decisions as to if they want to take on 234 pounds.
Booger, we got myself, Kevin Nagandi as well. Alabama trailing at the half. Carolina in control, and the Red River lives up to the hype.
No doubt Oklahoma did something to Texas that nobody had done all year. Can't wait to break it down.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel with the drive of a lifetime to lead that incredible comeback win for the Sooners.
Highlights plus post-game. Cannot wait for it. Of course, we have more highlights coming your way. Fantastic game on the West Coast between UCLA and Washington State. Mark, back to you.
All right, 1st and goal for Virginia Tech. Looking for their first touchdown of the game. Drones scored on a quarterback draw last week, able to run. He takes it again here and makes it down to the 5 on a pickup of 2. What does the score mean for the Hokies here, Lewis?
Especially getting the ball coming out in the second half, it means everything. It means they're right back in this game. And right now you can see they're trying to spread it out, get the numbers to their advantage so Kyron Drones can be a factor running the football. Florida State, they're aware of that. They're going to play for that. You want to make him have to throw the football down here because they play good pass defense in the red area. Florida State's top 10, top 20 in the country in red zone defense. So you're going to make him go the hard way. Don't allow them to run it in if you're Florida State. And if you're Virginia Tech, hey, Tyler Bowen, offensive coordinator, go deep into your bag and show them something that they haven't seen before because you need to get 6 out of this.
I'll kick off your NFL Week 5 Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with the Countdown Crew on ESPN and the ESPN app. Our Week 5 Monday Night Football matchup features the Packers squaring off against the Raiders in Vegas. 8 Eastern on ABC, ESPN Deportes with Peyton and Eli once again on ESPN2. Hey, glad to have you back from London.
Yeah, man.
On your NFL duty last week.
It was a good trip. Good trip. I'm glad to be back. I missed the guys, man. We got a good game going on here.
2nd and goal. Tootin in motion. They toss it to the wide side of the field. Tootin turning the corner. Airborne touchdown. Tootin scores it. And Virginia Tech with its first touchdown. A 5-yard run by Bashal Tootin. The second one of the season.
And you see they got the big offensive tackle Xavier Chaplin out here on the edge. He gets the block on Cyprus, and Tootin just does the rest. If you don't secure the edges down here and you let the offense get on the perimeter quickly, you know it's going to be 6 because you don't have time to rally and catch up. Nice drive, nice play calling by offensive coordinator Tyler Bowen.
The extra point good, and we got a 12-point game. We got a flag down.
Offside. Defense number 21. Penalties decline. Try is good.
You see Bashal Tootin. He does the rest. This guy is a finisher. He'll finish with physicality, and here he can finish with going vertical.
Got some bounce.
Look, this young man is fun to watch. He has really added some juice to this offense. It's a nice hurdle for him.
Yes.
It's a nice hurdle for him right there.
Got to get his trail leg down a little faster, but yeah.
I mean, this is a guy who right now, look at this. 16 touches on 32 plays. He's a guy who catches the ball out of the backfield, big in the screen game. He runs it inside, runs it outside. Look, we said he was going to play a big part if they were going to get back in this game. Him and Kyron were going to be the guys that let them back. And it has played out exactly to that script.
He had a 12-yard touchdown reception last week against Pitt, scores a touchdown here, and kind of underscores how the portal really works out for players and schools sometimes. Tootin, a transfer from HBCU, North Carolina A&T, and boy, a seamless transition for him in Blacksburg, Virginia. 12-point ball game, 46 seconds to go in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Florida State this season. For every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, All-State will make a contribution to the university's general scholarship fund. Thank you, All-State. Under benevolent skies here in Tallahassee, Florida. Florida State with an opportunity here today with Texas losing. Texas was a top 5 team, so they'll drop. Florida State can move up a little bit with a win here today and position themselves a little bit better for the college football playoff rankings coming out in a few weeks. Travis going to be sacked back at the 14-yard line. Pollard wrapped him up. Good pressure too. Payne was there.
Tell you, this Virginia Tech defensive line is getting going right now. Fadarius Payne, just watch him right here. Watch him just shoot the gap right off the gate. There you go. He's gone. The center's got to get over there quicker. Maurice Smith, you cannot let a guy like Payne come off the line like that and not get your hands on him until he's a yard or two already in the backfield. Hey, Virginia Tech's starting to believe a little bit.
2nd and 20, and Seminoles just going to let it run out and go into the locker room with a 12-point advantage. Coach Norvell's squad looking to improve to 5-0 on the season. They took control of this game early, but the tenor and tone of the game changed in the 2nd quarter. We're at halftime. And boy, did things change and shift.
They sure did. Look, Florida State came out humming Toofili right here. You see with the dramatic touchdown run, playing with physicality. But then it became the Kyron Drones show. And this run really ignited them offensively and got them down in scoring position. The quarterback designed runs really started to pay off. Bashal Tootin, maybe the best competitor on the field right now. He is the guy who's also given them a spark. And he's going to have a huge second half, just like he played the entire game against Pittsburgh, if they are to ultimately climb all the way back and maybe even take the lead.
Boy, it was a tale of 2 quarters in the first half. Virginia Tech scored the last 10 points of the half after being shut out early. It was 22-0 at one point, and tell you what, Tech was looking overwhelmed, to say the least, but great bounce-back response. Jordan Travis with good numbers in that opening quarter, but there seemed to be some pretty good adjustments defensively by Virginia Tech. The Hokies will have the football to start the 3rd quarter here. And Drones in the offense have found their rhythm. Fitzgerald's kick will come down at the 1-yard line. This is Tootin. Taking it to his left, got a seam. Bashal Tootin on the move. Got some alleys out there. One man to beat. Tootin. Beep, beep, touchdown. Tootin took it. Crimped it.
Beep, beep, Mark. Beep, beep. We got a ball game, folks.
99 yards, Lewis. What a, that'll leave your mouth wide open.
That's how you come out and you answer right away with, hey, look, we're here to play this game. Bashal Tootin, we've been talking about his competitiveness all during the first half. Now he says, I can not only can I do it running the football and catching it, how about I take one to the crib?
Wow. 99 yards. A resounding, profound beginning here in the 3rd quarter for Virginia Tech. The lead is down to 5 in a blink. Bashal Tootin, you just said that he was the most dynamic player on the field there in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's just a guy who's just a great competitor. And you see here, once he gets in the open, he's like, look, I'm not going to get caught. You're not going to run me down from behind. And I'm just telling you right now, belief is a powerful thing. Momentum is a powerful thing in all sports, in particular football.
And so is surprise. He's shocked, but in a good way.
Hey, man, this is why they play the game. This team has continually put in the work, has improved in all three phases, played their best game last week at home against Pittsburgh, coming down here against the mighty Florida State Seminoles, who are loaded, folks. This is a deep football team here in Tallahassee that Coach Mike Norvell has this year. But they're prone to do this. Start fast, have some lapses, kind of sit back and say, hey, we're Florida State, we'll be okay. And next thing you know, they're in a fight.
You darn tootin'.
Now they're in now they're in a fight. Now, Jordan Travis, you have to respond.
Yes. The silence here is deafening. A sellout crowd of about 80,000. Had a pall fall over them with that kickoff return. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Florida State. Hey, man, you wanted some atmosphere, man. You got it.
Hey,
what a way to begin this third quarter.
I mean, if you're the visiting team, if you're Virginia Tech right now, this is exactly what you want. One of the loudest places in all of college football now is silent. Now they're sitting around going, hey, wait a minute. Virginia Tech's not supposed to do this to us. And if you're Brent Pry, you're going over there, you're walking up and down the sideline saying, okay,
you said
let's
believe.
just see now. That's right. And now, look, Jordan Travis, one of the best competitors in college football as well. Great story, right? I mean, a guy who has redeemed himself and really made himself into a quality quarterback. Let's see what you got.
1st and 10. Play fake over the middle into a tight window. Johnny Wilson picks up 13. Let's go to Q.
That kickoff return will teach you to get back to your seat in time for the start of the second half. There's a bunch of 1,000 fans who are walking around the concourse saying, what happened? What happened? What happened? I did talk to Mike Norvell, and he said he wants to make the stadium a drone-free zone. That is, defend Kyron Drone in terms of his run game. And then the second thing he talked about with penalties in that second quarter. Penalties are rhythm breakers. They're drive killers. And I think that was an issue for the Seminoles as we have a player now being attended to.
That's Johnny Wilson, Q.
It's a big deal, Johnny Wilson.
You don't want to speculate, but you can just see here in our replay system up here in the booth, he got his knee trapped in a really weird position. You watch his left knee right here. When he goes down to the ground, you're going to see it right there.
Got caught under him a little bit.
Just hope he's okay. We're trying to help him off the field. I mean,
he's got 2 touchdowns already today.
He's just been spectacular, spectacular player. You just hope and pray he's okay.
Yeah, the football gods can shift consequences on you very quickly. But they do have, not to minimize the impact of Johnny Wilson because he's a wonderful receiver, but they do have a host of other guys. Destin Hill, Deuce Spahn, the fastest receiver they've got, and that guy right there, Coleman, number 4, you saw on your screen, right at the bottom of your screen right now. 1st down and 10. Benson goes north-south. Benson takes it to the house. 62 yards. Back at you. Well, his mouth is closed now. Benson shut it for him. They respond in 2 plays. And the lead is back up to 11. A career-long run of 62 yards for Trey Benson. Fitzgerald in for the extra point. And we got some real fireworks and pyrotechnics here in the 1st minute of the opening quarter.
I think what Mike Norvell has told you is this: hey man, we have weapons all over the field, baby. If you don't think we can just throw the football, do you? We'll just go ahead and unleash Trey Benson on you, and he's going to take it to the house. You want an answer? There's your answer.
Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else.
29-17. Florida State answering a moment ago. And we've had some fireworks here because of those two guys. Trey Benson, who ran for the touchdown 62 yards a moment ago, and a 99-yard kickoff return. And number 33, Tootin.
You see there, he just hits the alley without breaking stride. And when that happens, you know it's been executed perfectly, and the coverage team has not done their job. And then you want to talk about having to answer and respond. I said Jordan Travis had to respond. Trey Benson said, no, I'll take it. I got it. Let's just hand it off to me. And he's out the gate. Great blocking at the point of attack. Man, you want plus 20-yard plays. You want explosive plays.
Got him.
Well, we've got him here. So sit down and buckle up. I think this game's going to get interesting.
1st and 10 for Drones out of the shotgun. Got away with it quickly. Nice catch by Lane. Had a block out there. Picks up the first down at the 39-yard line.
That's a one-handed.
What turned you on there? That was a nice catch, huh?
Behind his body, one hand, and then he never secures it with the other hand. Watch this. He snatches it and then just tucks it and says, hey, that's Odell Beckham type stuff. I mean, just look at this. Well, Jalen Lane is legit. This is a guy who's a home run hitter for them, and he'll make his mark on this game, too. That's cool right there. You love it.
He had a 53-yard touchdown catch and run last week. Drone's going to hand it off to Tootin straight ahead. He'll pick up about 2.5 yards. And Tootin didn't like something about the way he was brought down. Meanwhile, Wilson walking into the locker room for Florida State, being tended to by the athletic training staff. Was injured a few plays ago on offense.
And that's a big-time loss for them right now. A guy who was averaging over 19 yards of reception coming into this game. You just hope and pray he's okay.
2nd and 8 for Virginia Tech. Drones backside pressure, and he's sacked at the 34 by Jared Verse. It's the first time that we've called his name today. A projected first-rounder, and shows you why here, Lewis.
Look, Von Miller told me once, pass rush is all about get off. Watch it. He's shot out of a cannon. Xavier Chaplin has no shot. Jared Verse is already even with him before he's even to get into his second kick slide. And after that, it's over. He's just going to turn the corner and finish. That's what they expect from Jared Verse. That's what you expect from a guy who's going to be called early on in the draft when he comes out.
12 sack. Drones taking a shot down. Up high, caught but out of bounds. Felton was working against Green and ran out of real estate down the sidelines. So it's 4th down.
Daquan Felton, this is exactly what you got to do. Just give him a shot. He just ran out of real estate. Nice job by Renardo Green of forcing him out of bounds, not letting him come down. But that's what you got to do if you're Kyron Drones. Just throw it up and let the big 6'5" wide receiver go for it. And if you're Florida State, you know what's happening right now. You know the running game's gotten going. They're going to challenge your corners on the outside. Respond. Respond to the challenge.
Felton's so dynamic as an athlete. Coach calls him the Avatar. That's his nickname. Punt comes down to the 22-yard line. Now a quick word from Cheez-It.
I'm RG3Z. See you next time.
Right,
hey, who changed my name to RG3Z?
Me? It's a great combo. Like college football and Cheez-It. You like?
You cheddar believe it.
And how will college football fans feel? They're gonna be feeling the cheesiest!
Woo!
It's cheesy, all right. Mad cheesy.
It's funny. I was thinking the same thing.
Our guy Robert Griffin.
All fun.
A leading role, though. Yeah.
All fun. But cheesy.
Yes.
Here we go.
1st and 10, yeah. Set up the screen. And they got it complete. That's Hill. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, but a good gain of about 8 on the play for the redshirt freshman from Statesboro, Georgia. second down and about 2 to go.
Mark, from up here, that looked like that might have gotten out of the gate. And Jalen Stroman, the safety, came and closed the gap quickly and was able to slow down that screen. That looked like that was going to go for a long one.
Keon Coleman split wide to the top of your screen. Travis moves out of the pocket down the side. Caught. Athletic grab by Destin Hill. Was working over the top of Jalen Stroman to move the chains again. Great adjustment here, Lewis. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And looking back into the sun. So you've got to figure here, Destin Hill, you see there, he's just trying to run a little stutter and then run a wheel route. And you see him just stop and come back and take it right over top of Stroman.
Here's Jordan Travis. Man, he took a hit.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a targeting penalty on Jalen Stroman. Travis helping out the officials to make the call.
Yeah, I think that's he got hit right in the face. This is going to be targeting. He took a shot right to the face.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness with targeting. Defense, number 26. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down. The targeting is under further review.
Taking a look at this.
Yeah,
looks like it checks the boxes, though.
It sure does. That's right to the head. Forcible contact.
Yeah. We'll get the answer on the other side of this. Come back, everyone, to Tallahassee. It's 29-17. Seminoles with the lead. This targeting call confirmed by our video officials a moment ago during the break. So by rule, Jalen Stroman will miss the first half of their game next week against Syracuse and miss the rest of this game. Saw Coach Pry having a conversation with him a moment ago. From the 23. First and 10. Travis. Nice move by Coleman. And finally brought down at the 20-yard line. He picks up about 2 on the play. That's what it looked like a moment ago. Jalen Stroman having a conversation with his head coach, Coach Pry. And Lewis, when you were looking at the replay, you even seemed to give me the feeling that that's a tough play to make.
I mean,
right?
You're almost having to aim so low or just pull off in any kind of situation that you think is questionable, and that just goes against your instinct as a defensive player, but those are the rules.
2nd and 7. Travis complete to Coleman on the sideline, the former Michigan State basketball and football player working against Dorian Strong. Picks up 5 on the play. Saw him coming back from meetings yesterday, and I said, Keon, where you heading, man? He goes, bro, I'm going to sleep. He looked wiped out. Certainly energized today, though. That nap worked. They're going to run it on 3rd and short, 3rd and 2, and Toafili looks like he's a little bit short. So it's 4th and short. Interesting call coming up here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice job by Nasir Peoples of filling on the run. And here, I think you're probably thinking, look, we need to recapture the momentum here and keep it now. And we really need to try and put this game away. And if you're Mike Norvell, you're going, hey, look, we've dominated the line of scrimmage. We've been able pretty much to pick up 3-4 yards whenever we want.
They're 7-9 on 4th downs this season. Virginia Tech, meanwhile, conversely, has not allowed a team to convert on 4th
Virginia
down
Tech takes its first
this season at all. They're going to think it over. Timeout. Hokies back after this. Sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Live Más Student Section of the Year. Download the Taco Bell app to learn more. Get dressed up like that, and you can make sure your section wins. I think. Took a lot of work. 4th and short. And it looks like they've got enough. Yeah, they're going to come in and spot it on the other side of that line. That's going to be a first down. Jordan Travis keeping it himself.
Now, if you're Virginia Tech, you got to think players over plays, right? So you got to think Keon Coleman. He has been a beast down here all year long. You know he's a great jump ball player. If you got him one-on-one, they're going to throw the football to him. Take care of him first.
They're going to run it. Toafili put his hat down, made contact, and got about 3 on the play. Nasir Peoples and Delane making the tackle on Toafili.
What a nice, tough run by Toafili. Good blocking at the point of attack. If you can run the football down in the red area, you've got the defense right where you want it.
Just outside the 7. They run it again. Toafili inside the 5. It'll be 3rd down coming up. They can get a 1st down without picking up the touchdown. 3rd and 4.
Now, if you're Chris Marv, defensive coordinator for Virginia Tech, and you're scheming against Mike Norvell, you're thinking, look, are they going to try and run it 3 consecutive times? At some point, who's their best player? Who's the guy who does work down here? Do we leave a corner one-on-one against Keon Coleman?
They're looking Coleman's way, up in the air, jump ball! And they whistle the play dead.
The snap, ball start, offense, number 85, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's against Douglas. Wow.
You could see it coming. You could see it coming. What the thinking was for Mike Norvell. And if you're Chris Marv, I mean, you're gambling right there. You're saying, hey, look, you're saying Mansour Delane, you've got him. One of the most dangerous red zone weapons in all of college football. You've got him one-on-one by yourself.
Look at the penalty situation, 7 for 55 yards.
Now he's at the top of the screen in the slot where he likes to run those slot fades where he likes to just run out here, take an outside release.
Travis comes back the other way underneath. Complete Toafili. Man, great defense.
Absolutely.
Wonderful wrap-up by Derek Canteen. Toafili tried to hit him with some sauce, but didn't happen.
That's
4th down.
Nice job by Virginia Tech's defense.
Yeah, Chris Marv doing a nice job.
Absolutely. You see Toafili out here one-on-one. Canteen has played a strong game all afternoon. Hold them to 3. Give your offense another chance to get back out there.
Fitzgerald 4 for 4 on the season. This one coming from 26 yards out. And he knocks it through, so the lead swells to 15 points. 6:23 to go in the 3rd quarter on Parents Weekend. Back after this.
Game day in the ACC. We live for it.
It's time for football in front of a packed house under the lights. And you'll go up top.
Come for it all.
Well, big weekend in the ACC. North Carolina out in front in their game right now. Florida State leading here 32-17. Of course, the landscape, not just in the ACC, but all across college football, changing and transforming rapidly at warp speed. So much so that sometimes you have to take a little inventory and have a scorecard. Let's see what happens on this kickoff return. Tootin ran one back 99 yards for the Hokies to start the 3rd quarter. Let's see if they kick it away from him.
Plenty of time left in this game. 2-score game. If you're Virginia Tech, you're going to have to go for a 2-point conversion at some point if you want to tie it up.
And no chance for a return on this. They'll come out to the 25-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Virginia Tech. Well, I said we need to take a little inventory. Here's a look at the current members. And then next year, we got a shift.
Yeah, it's
SMU, Cal, Stanford.
Wow. Not quite ACC.
There are no next-door games for Stanford or Cal.
It's going to be.
They got to travel.
It's going to be interesting to see how some of the smaller sports handle this kind of bi-coastal travel. It's going to be interesting to watch.
First and 10. Drones. There's a flag down behind the play. Drones down at the 31. DJ Lundy making the tackle. Pickup of 5, but will it stand? The flag back at the 21.
Holding. Offense number 24. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Well, there it is against Malachi Thomas. Tailback out of Hartwell, Georgia.
You're Virginia Tech now. You have to be efficient. You can't have these self-inflicted wounds. You can't make it harder when you just made it easier for yourself as far as producing some explosive plays, narrowing the gap as far as the score is concerned, and you started to gain some momentum. Don't kill it yourself. Just stay on schedule.
Going to run it. Quite good effort by Thomas, atoning for that rescue a moment ago. Malachi Thomas, a nice stiff arm, picked up about 5, maybe a little bit more.
These Virginia Tech backs really do run with authority, Mark. I mean, right there, you see him just spin out of the tackle attempt of Byron Turner at the point of attack.
Tootin getting a breather on the bench.
And that's what you want to see. If you're head coach Brent Pry, you want to see your guys who come in there and spell your first liners continue to compete with that competitive character like Malachi Thomas just showed.
Second and 15. They set up the screen. Middle screen, Thomas. Got some blockers, got some yardage. And a nice gain. Wonderful execution. A 21-yard pickup and a first down for Virginia Tech.
Mark, Brody Meadows tripped him.
Oh, geez.
Watch Brody Meadows, number 77, as Malachi is starting to cut this back. This may have gone the distance. He trips his own guy.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, that maybe is still going. He may have taken that all the way for 6.
Thomas looked up at Meadows like, bro. Little friendly fire. Thomas into the boundary. Picks up about 5. Hey, the NHL season starts Tuesday night on ESPN and ESPN Plus with an ongoing opening night triple-header. Predators Lightning start us off 5:30 Eastern. Then Connor Bedard makes his regular season debut for the Blackhawks against Sidney Crosby and the Penguins. And we cap the night off. Stanley Cup champs raising their banner, then taking on the Kraken in Vegas. Kraken, pardon me. It's Kraken, all right. Coverage begins with The Point at 5 Eastern time. And please, God, let my Toronto Maple Leafs win their first Stanley Cup since 1967.
You're a Jersey guy. Did that make you a Philadelphia Flyers or New York Rangers?
If I was a hockey fan, yeah, I'd be a Flyers guy. If I was, but you know what? I'll tell you what. I do love going to hockey games or hockey matches, whatever you would call them. Went to see the Seattle Kraken a couple of years ago out there, and I'm telling you what, it is so fun.
Great atmosphere.
It is unbelievable.
3rd and 1. Ball came out. It squirts loose incredibly, and Felton there to pounce on it, but they're going to lose some yards. A loss of 2 on the play. Boy, holy Joe Pisarcik.
And see, we're talking about self-inflicted wounds again. I mean, this is the kind of thing you just can't have happen. If you're Kyron Jones, you just have to make sure you secure the football at all costs.
Yes. Aged myself with that Joe Pisarcik fumble thing.
This is big right here.
4th and 4.
Rachel Tootin back in the game. You want to get Kyron Jones out on here on the perimeter.
Drones looking to pass it. And there's a whistle down at the field and a flag.
Before the snap, to leave game. Offense. The 5-yard penalty.
Didn't get it off in time, and that changes the math on this next play. Let's go to Q. Quint?
Mark, that was the crowd. That was the loudest this crowd reached all day in terms of decibel levels. This song, the chant, the tomahawk chop, it just wears on you. Deafening for the Hokies.
Just like those cowbells last week in Starkville. 4th and 8, so they punted. Fair catch made by Coleman. 1st and 10 from there with 2:12 to go in the 3rd. 39-yard punt, nothing on the return. Let's take a look at the All-State playoff predictor. Let's see what it says right now. Ohio State, Oklahoma, Texas, who lost to Oklahoma today in that Red River rivalry game. Oregon at 40. Which one of those outliers would you give a... I like Washington.
Me too. Me too. Look, I like the Pac-12 this year for what is left of it after this year. They have some fun teams, really good quarterback play.
Yeah. We have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty play infraction against Florida State. First down and 10. Seminoles from their own 9. A lot of football to go. If you're just joining us, Johnny Wilson has not come out of the locker room yet. He was injured in the 3rd quarter. Keon Coleman, their leading receiver, still in the ball game. Wilson left with a couple of touchdown catches. There's Coleman. Benson stopped in the middle. Picked up about a half yard. Jaden McDonald with the tackle.
Yeah, you see it there in the back of the screen. I mean, those kind of plays that are away from the point of attack because you're jawing with somebody and you're trying to play the macho game and just get in a cheap shot. They make no sense. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything other than now just back you up closer to your own end zone against a team right now that is desperate to get the ball back and make it harder for your offense.
2nd and 10. Aaron snap, pressure off the edge. Travis going to take off and slides in safely. At about they mark it back at the 21, but I'll tell you what, you play baseball with as good a slide game as he has. Picks up 12.
You see Chris Marv trying to come off the edge with a little bit of pressure, and you see Jordan Travis.
His brother was a former baseball player here at Florida State. Maybe you learned it from him.
There you go. That's just great awareness on his part. Pick up the first down.
Comes underneath to Benson. Boy, great move by Benson, and he picked up a bunch of yards close to the first down after the catch. Boy, when you have a tailback that can catch it like that and run, really helps your offense.
Yeah, you get a linebacker squared up out on the perimeter like he had Jaden McDonald right there. You got to win those 100% of the time. And if you're the linebacker, you just can't stand there. You got to shoot your shot. You just got to go ahead, try and keep it with good leverage, make sure your guys can run inside out and make the tackle. Nice job by Trey Benson.
Picked up 8. Looked like Maurice Smith moved with the ball, or did he?
False start. Offense.
Yep.
Number 53. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Young man out of Miami Central, down in South Florida. Hey, tonight on ABC and the ESPN app, Jack Plummer and the 5-0 number 25 Cardinals host Sam Hartman and number 10 Notre Dame. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific time. 2nd and 7 after the penalty. Time winding down in this 3rd quarter. Coleman in motion. Down the sideline, underthrown and dropped. Great effort by Douglas. He was working against Strong, but it sets up a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, it was a double move. He ran an out and up, and they protected it up, and really Jordan Travis just left it short. Got to put it out there and let him go up and try and make a play. He had a step on Dorian Strong going down the boundary. If he lays that out there, that may be a big-time play, a plus 20, plus 30-yard play. That's just a misfire on the part of Travis.
3rd and 7. Travis had it batted down at the line of scrimmage. So the Hokie defense will get off the field with that surge coming off the edge. Lawson got his hands up and batted it down, and that's going to be 45 minutes in the books. A disgusted quarterback, Jordan Travis, had this one knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Back for the fourth after this message and a word from our ABC stations. 15 minutes here at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. Mark Jones alongside Lewis Riddick, Quint Kessenich down on the field. Virginia Tech still very much in this ball game, forcing the Seminoles to punt. Tucker Holloway back deep at his own 25. Astronamo with a nice punt. And a moment ago, Quint caught up with head coach Norvell.
Coach, you just brought your team around. What did you emphasize?
Just talking about our finish. You know, we did a good job there in the third quarter, offensive, defensively. You know, obviously gave up the kickoff for a touchdown, but I thought our guys responded well. We got to keep playing fast and physical. Go finish here in the fourth quarter.
What can make the difference offensively without Johnny Wilson in?
Well, you know, just continue to go out there and make plays. I mean, I think we've done a good job of that. You know, obviously we got a lot of other guys that continue to rise, step up, and we just got to go do it.
Thank you, Coach.
Tootin in the backfield, 1st and 10. Drones going to take off, and they ran with him that time, pushed him out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Good pursuit by Omar Graham Jr. to limit that gain to 4 yards, and that's where drones can be really lethal. 2nd and 6 coming up. Tootin coming off the field. Malachi Thomas comes in at tailback. Look at Drones' numbers. Play clock at 10. Drones going to keep it. Picked up a block and lunges forward. Looks like he may have picked up the first down, or at least leaving a very short distance to go. Patrick Payton making the tackle on the play. So Kyron Drones doing it himself, setting up a 3rd down and 1. They have yet to hit their over-the-top shot.
Yeah, you know, I was just sitting here thinking about it.
Felton,
It's nice to go ahead and have these 4, 5, 6 yard gainers. But this is a 2-possession game. They got to get some chunks here, and they've had them open.
They keep it on the ground. A gaping hole up the middle for Malachi Thomas, who lacerates that front for 11 yards.
And it's just a nice job of him just going to hit it north and south. You see, get some push at the point of attack. You see the double team, and that's just a good tough run.
Keep it on the ground again. Thomas tackled by Joshua Farmer. Got about 2 on the play.
If you're offensive coordinator Tyler Bowen, you have to dial up a shot again. They have been open. They have had their guys behind the secondary of Florida State all afternoon long. And Kyron's been a little reluctant to pull the trigger, man. He's got to believe it, especially if you got a guy like Daquan Felton who can just go up and take the ball off the top of the rim. You got to give him his chance.
Yeah, he split down to the bottom of your screen here. On 2nd down and 8. Tootin back in at tailback. Drones finds his receiver. That's 83, Jalen Lane. Got about 3 on the play. 3rd down coming up.
What a nice route by Basil Tootin. Oh, that's Jalen Lane. Yeah. But I mean, I'm saying if that was Basil Tootin running that route as quick as he did, I was going to say, oh my goodness. But you know what? Look, Jalen Lane, again, that guy who's just a quick inside-outside player who's got home run speed. Got to get one of these guys loose in the deep part of the field.
3rd and 5. They got to get to the 45. Drones, Tootin. Pardon me, that's Lane. They do kind of run lines, right, with the ball.
You just see that 3 and that little short stature, but you see the short area quickness right there, how on the short pass, Jalen Lane is able to get the ball north and south in a hurry and pick up that 1st down. I mean, he literally caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage and still was able to pick up the first because he's got that acceleration.
Picked up 8. 1st and 10 from the 42. Drones taking a shot one-on-one and missed his target big time. Green. And we got a flag on the play. Green and Green going head-to-head.
The ball landed way out of bounds. Oh, they're good.
Pass interference. Offense, number 26. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that's against Aiden Green, the offensive player.
They're going to call maybe what, a push off here late down the field. You're going to see Aiden Green going down the boundary. But here's the play previous where you have some guys running open in the deep part of the field. You got to give these guys some chances to throw the football and just put it up over the top. Look, offensive coordinator Tyler Bone has been dialing up some nice route concepts. Eventually one of them is going to hit, but it's going to be incumbent upon Kyron Drones to go ahead and take the chance and put it up.
1st and 25 after the penalty. Comes underneath the tight end, Naquan Wright. Finally brought down short of midfield at about the 48. Got 4. Clock running with Virginia Tech trailing by 15 points. Looking to put together back-to-back wins. Off a victory against Pitt last week. Sets up 2nd and long.
Got to be efficient if you're Virginia Tech. If you're Florida State, you got to lock in. You got to dial in. No big plays, no lapses in communication.
Drones, clean pocket. Going to move his launch point. Incomplete, just missed lane. And we have a flag down again. At least he uncorked it that time.
He sure did. He did a nice broken play situation, and you saw Lane convert his route down the field and give him a target, give him a chance.
Holding, defense, 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Well, they get a first down out of the deal.
And that's the lapses. Those are the kind of lapses we're talking about if you're Florida State. Just play smart.
Holdings on number 7 of the defense.
That's 10 Seminole penalties for a total of 84 yards. That one against Jerry and Jones.
And that's what happens when you have a quarterback that can create by time. Receivers start converting their routes, and maybe you lose track, lose your leverage, and then you panic and grab a hold of a jersey and give up an easy first down.
Thomas in the backfield. They give him the ball. Found a crease over the left side and picks up another first down. Good block on the edge by Xavier Chaplin. Boy, they really need to put it in the end zone. Not even a field goal, right, at this point?
But Florida State has not stopped Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech has stopped Virginia Tech here since the second quarter. They have got it going with the screen game, the perimeter pass game, quarterback run game.
From the 24. Drones, little bootleg waggle action, and throws it over the top of his receiver, Lane. Good pressure by Byron Turner Jr. Forced the quick throw.
And good coverage on the back end, everyone locked up. And if you're Kyron Drones, that's what you do. Just get rid of the football. No negative yardage plays, no sacks. Preserve this field position and just understand that every play is crucial. Every possession is crucial now. You need 2 scores.
Tootin back in the backfield. 10th play of the drive coming up. Tootin, he got rocked. Big time smoke by Conrad Hussey. They're calling for a targeting. I tell you what, the fact that Tootin was able to get up after that says that he is well conditioned and tough.
And Conrad Hussey came from about 10 yards deep.
Looked like he had his head up.
You're going to see it here, slow it down a little.
He got his head across.
I don't know if the head made contact. The crown of the helmet didn't make contact, although his head did go down. Man, that was a whale of a hit.
3rd and 10. Tootin on the sidelines. Thomas in for him. Jones sacked back at the 32. Jared Verse writing another one. And a flag down. Let's see what this flag is about.
Ruling on the field is a sack for 4th down. After the play, Florida State has been given its first sideline warning of the game.
Sideline warning. Nose of the ball resting at the 31. 4th and long coming up.
It's another great rush by Jared Verse. He's coming around the edge. Watch the get off. He's just going to fly off the edge. Now on 4th down, he's got to do it again. They got to dial it up one more time with the pass rush.
They got to get to the 24. Another flag down. Drones incomplete.
This time they're going to get Jared Verse offsides, trying to jump that snap count. He's starting to feel it right now. He knows he's got Xavier Chaplin on skates.
Offside. Defense number 1. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So the run 4th down again.
And you're going to see him right here. He took off early.
From the 26, makes it 4th and 12. Hokies need to stay on the field here with the football.
If you've got Taquan Felton one-on-one down here at the bottom of the screen, and the safety's not over the top, you've got to get the ball to him. Otherwise, look for Jalen Lane, 83.
Drones throws it up for grabs. Jump ball caught! What an effort at the 9 by Gosnell. He outleapt Cypress. Now we have a flag down again. Let's see if it stands.
It's going to be holding.
Holding. Offense number 77.
Wow, they continue to implode.
They sure do.
At the worst possible time.
It's going to be Brody Meadows, number 77. You're just going to see it here.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even have to do that.
That's points for the takedown.
Just move your feet. You don't have to throw them on the ground. You don't have to do anything dumb like that in that instance. You got to play clean football in these situations.
Back to the 36. They've got to make it down to the 14 to pick up the 1st down. Drones escapes the rush. He's going to run it. Boy, let's see how close he got. He gave it a wonderful effort,
he did.
but he might be a yard short. Florida State's going to take over on downs.
Wow.
But he gave it an effort. He stuck the ball out, tried to reach for it. Seminoles football when we come back. Up a couple of scores. Let's take a look at our Nissan Heisman watch. Caleb Williams, Michael Penix. Who do you like amongst that list?
Man, look.
I know you like them all.
Absolutely. But Caleb Williams just continues to play at such a high level. Haven't seen much of Michael Penix. I just know that he has had a fantastic year. Bo Nix has that Oregon offense rolling. Some really, really good players right there. But Caleb Williams, for me, at this point.
1st and 10, and Jordan Travis trying to stay and get his name into the conversation. Trey Benson off to the races. One guy to beat, high step in. He got smoked for the Hokies. Touchdown! 85 yards.
Watch guard Keandre Jones come out around the edge and just absolutely destroy the linebacker. Wow. It's over. Once you seal the edge like that, it's all she wrote. Then it just becomes a foot race. The offensive line for Florida State has pretty much been doing this all game long.
So we don't want to hear anything else about the running game.
You want the run game?
Question mark,
I'll give you the run game. There it is.
They picked up 270 on the ground. He's sad because every day is trade day here. Trey Benson. That guy with the beard ran really well. 62 yards and then 85 yards, both for touchdowns. He has a career high 192, and the meter's still running with a little under 8.5 minutes to go. And that touchdown, boy, it really took a lot of steam and gas out of Virginia Tech. Let's go back to the studio.
Mark, for Notre Dame, another top 25 opponent tonight. Running back Audric Estime ready to roll, Bogue.
Yeah, running back's a little bigger these days than I remember when I played.
I know they say he plays running back. That guy is as thick as Booger McFarland.
Thicker.
I think that's a compliment.
At Louisville, prime time on ABC after our game in Tallahassee. Back to Mark, Lewis, and Q.
All right, guys, back here, 8:28 to go. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hokies from their own 25-yard line.
The Florida State offense eventually found that weakness and exposed it in Virginia Tech's rush defense, giving up almost 180 yards a game coming into the game. Now Florida State 270 and counting on the ground.
Drones out of the shotgun. Pass complete to Lane. Broke one tackle and picked up the first down. Nice run and effort by Jalen Lane.
Mark, Virginia Tech has had their opportunities in this game. They've had the big plays there. They've had them dialed up, just not able to capitalize on them. And then the run game, the explosive plays in the run game for Florida State offensively. They can do this consistently along with the pass game that they already have.
Ranked number 5 coming into this game this afternoon. Certain to move up with Texas's loss against Oklahoma. Lane again. And Q, what about that defense for Florida State?
Well, it's amazing that last series it was Jared Verse making plays with Fisk on the inside and Peyton. And now you look out there and it's a completely different defensive line. They've been rotating 8 to 10 guys in there all day. And I think that's a strength of this defense going forward into the month of October and November in terms of depth and health and being able to play effectively for 4 quarters.
Never have enough depth. Drone's going to pick up the first down. What are your thoughts, Lewis, on using that many guys? Or some coaches like to keep it a little shorter, the rotation, right?
Yeah, I think with the number of plays that are run in college football, that's what they're always concerned about. Making sure guys stay fresh, that the level doesn't come down, especially in terms of execution and efficiency, especially if you think you have, enough depth and quality of players. I think that's what every coach ideally wants to do, and I'm not against it.
Drones on first down, incomplete at the 47. Hey, coming up later at 6:30 Eastern over on ACC Network, the ACC Huddle crew will have a 90-minute show to wrap up the afternoon with highlights and analysis and get you set for Georgia Tech Miami at 8 on ACC Network. Then after the game, stay with ACCN for a full post-game show to wrap up the night. And hey, what about the Hurricanes, undefeated so far, going into play tonight? A little bit of noise down there in Coral Gables, down in Dade County. 2nd and 10. They keep it on the ground. Malachi Thomas with a hard-earned yard. Well, look at 5 ACC teams in the top 25. Florida State, as I mentioned, bound to move up. North Carolina was leading it last look, and Georgia Tech, North Carolina did win tonight. Duke and Louisville. Hey, what about Duke?
How about them?
Huh? I mean, what a great story.
It's just nice to see that football program getting some quality athletes playing high-level football. The ACC is showing themselves this year.
6 minutes, 25 seconds, 6:25. It'll start on my signal.
And it reset the clock to 6:25. 3rd and 9.
I don't think there's any question, man for man, Mike Norvell knows that he has got a quality football team here. Just got to get them to play to their potential consistently and not have lapses. Those lapses eventually will cost you against a good football team.
Drones juggled incomplete at midfield. Intended for Green. Good break on the ball by Jones. So 4th down and 9, and the punt unit comes in for Virginia Tech.
You just see it. They got athletes all over the place. Jerry and Jones, Bernardo Green, Fentrell Cypress, the transfer. I mean, they just got guys who can run, make plays on the ball, that are aggressive. So, yeah, when you're talking about playing a lot of different people at all positions, you can do that when you got the kind of players on your roster like Florida State.
Florida State has done a nice job in working the transfer portal. When you look at, Keon Coleman, Johnny Wilson, a couple of guys that really jump off the page at you in terms of that context in the transfer portal. And Mike Norvell explained to us that, they take a look, but it's not always saying yes. There's a very thorough, personal interview type of interaction that has to happen before everybody signs off on it.
He said, look, you have to be willing to say no.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a very important point that he made as far as using the transfer portal to your advantage, that they tell people no. If they don't fit what they think they're building here, they'll say no, but they have mastered it, quite honestly. Impact player after impact player acquired that way.
And there's one of them with a fair catch. Coleman at the 17-yard line off the 34-yard punt. Tell you about some of that history and impact from some of their players when we come back. Of greatness to move toward a Heisman, but no NFL for Ward. A multi-sport athlete who had as much bite as brawn. Now you know him as Prime. Then he was simply Tion. Ability, focus, and intelligence make you stand tall. Hello, D. Brooks. You are in the hall. If making you miss was as easy as a right click, right, left, it didn't matter with Ward.
Calvin Patterson was the first black player at Florida State University, having played in 1968 from Miami Palmetto High School, where he also was a trailblazer. Patterson, known as a smart, witty, sensitive, and personable person on campus. His life at FSU was no picnic. Experienced indignities, hostility, but he persevered. Although he never played a down, he ultimately would die as a young man, as a 22-year-old in 1972. He didn't live to see the full extent of his legacy. So we salute Calvin Patterson, first black player for Florida State.
Well, Q, great job on that report. His impact certainly felt as you just look at the field here in Tallahassee and the impact of black athletes on the field today. A profound and superlative impact on not just here in Tallahassee and Florida State, but throughout college football. Player injured on the field. That's Jaden McDonald. And you remember number 2? Primetime. We'll see him next week, next Friday night in Colorado on ESPN. 1st and 10 for the Seminoles. 4:40 to go in the game. Handoff for a gain of about 5 by Rodney Hill. Well, as we honor those who serve, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. The Virginia Tech Corps of Cadets Hokie Hero Program, started in 2006 by IMG College, honors Corps of Cadets alumni who are deployed during Hokie football games. Thank you, fellas, for your wonderful service.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 5. Run the play clock all the way down. Wanamaker hands it off. Hill with the run. Picks up about 3 on the play. Florida State going to improve to 5-0. Let's look at the QB2 in the game right now. Valdosta, Georgia. What kind of grade would you give Jordan Travis today?
You know, I mean, what, he had 170 yards passing, 18 of 24, 2 touchdowns. I mean, it was a solid game. They didn't really need him to do anything spectacular. And the passing game started off hot, obviously, until Johnny Wilson got hurt. But the running game got going. And that's the kind of thing that you want to see happen. You want to see a different phase of your offense be able to pick up the slack, because it's only going to pay dividends down the road.
Rodemaker throws it away.
And I'll tell you, if you're offensive coordinator Alex Atkins, who's also the offensive line coach, you have to be thrilled with how your offensive line came out and blocked in the run game, the physicality that they played with to start the game, and then basically to put the game away.
Atkins, his game plan was precise too.
Yeah, number 94, 28 to 94, the receiving team.
I just think they had rushing touchdowns of 28, 62, 85. Yeah. That's doing work. And if you're an offensive line coach by trade and an offensive coordinator, you are doubly happy.
I was talking earlier about Jordan Travis and the T-shirts that he sold that said, what was it? Tiger King. That's right. After defeating Clemson, he split the proceeds of the sales with his offensive line. Now that, Lewis, is team play.
Well, absolutely.
If I'm sharing my dollars with you, that's nothing says I love you more than that.
If you're sharing your money, yeah. yeah.
Mark, I got to tell you, one of the cool things of this trip, having been to Tallahassee a lot back in 2021, when we had him like 4 times, and Jordan Travis was actually booed out of this stadium by these fans early 2021 against Notre Dame. To see their love of their quarterback now, the number 13 jersey, the most popular in this entire stadium, the way he has created a career for himself, he's now a Heisman candidate, and just the success he has had, it's just a testament to his internal fortitude and his strength of character and his ability to keep working, and those around him, a guy like Kenny Dillingham and Coach Norvell.
Yeah, Kenny Dillingham and his father, Tony, were instrumental in him being able to find that atonement and redemption. Nice move and run up the middle. And a late hit on Duke.
I can just tell you this. When you're in a game like this and you're getting down inside of almost close to 2 minutes, and you start putting in backups, and you start, you want to see them maintain
personal foul, late hit out of bounds,
the level of play that the front line has played with. And then I'll tell you what, the worst thing you can do when you come into a game is commit a penalty like this, is to go ahead and hit somebody out of bounds. I promise you that team meeting tomorrow for the defense with Coach Shannon and Coach Fuller is going to be something else when they get to this part of the tape, because this drives coaches nuts. They look for things to kind of like keep you motivated and keep you kind of striving to get better. And so that kind of thing right there,
that's going to be on the tape.
It's going to be on tomorrow.
Yeah, the guys are going to sit up in the chairs. Ball came
and then they'll be happy about that.
Yeah. Randy Shannon, former head coach at the University of Miami, big-time football figure throughout the state of Florida and across the country.
We saw him yesterday at practice, and he was intense, man. He was on his linebacker core as far as some of the reads and the way they were fitting up some of the run plays and making sure they were playing with proper leverage. I was like, ooh, boy, I do not miss those kind of coaching points. Great coach, though.
2nd and 2, under 2 minutes to play. Drone still in a quarterback. The game about one. Ball came loose. Or is it blown down? The ball seemed to trickle out of the hands of Chance Black and into the arms of Conrad Hussey.
Floating on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense of Florida State football. First down.
It'll be first down coming back the other way. One more look at it.
You see him right here. Nice job of Hussey, who had a big-time hit earlier on in the game.
Oh, he just took it away.
You see him. Puts his shoulder right on the football and then simultaneously pulls it out. Conrad Hussey has had a nice game. This kid is fast. He's physical. He's been flying around this field today. Now, those are the kind of things that get you a pat on the back and get you some recognition in the film session tomorrow. So if you're Conrad Hussey, you're going, hey, I'm good. I can't wait for team meeting.
Wasn't me, coach.
For the people committing personal fouls and doing not so smart things, you're going to lose a little sleep tonight.
Yeah. Rodemaker takes a knee, and he'll be able to run it all the way down now. Keon Coleman having a little conversation with his quarterback Jordan Travis, and Q talked about it, chronicled it. He was ready to quit football after being lustily and voraciously booed by 80,000 people a few years ago in that loss against Notre Dame to start the season. He dug his way out of a deep and dark place and has gotten to this point right now where he is an elite quarterback in FBS.
Mark, I think that's great perspective for us all to kind of gain a little bit of perspective. Like, these are young men.
Yeah.
You know, playing a big-time game on a big-time stage that's getting bigger and bigger by the day with NIL and everything else that's coming along with it, conference realignment, the kind of money that's being thrown around here. These guys are deeply affected by that kind of thing, and what a testament to him to come back and now have his team in the national title hunt.
That'll pretty much do it. Coach Norvell's squad vanquishing the Hokies 39-17, improving to 5-0, undefeated, and due to move up in the rankings with the loss by Texas to Oklahoma. 5-0 for the first time since 2015. Florida State has won 11 consecutive games now, going back to last season. Next week, it'll be a game at home here against Syracuse. Let's go down to Q.
Trey Benson, the hero today, breaking free in that second half. What was that like on those two big runs you just popped to daylight?
Man, it meant a lot, man. The O-line, we've been working hard, you know, the whole bye week and stuff. You know, had to reload and, you know, get the running game together.
What was your reaction when people said Florida State, they can toss it, but their run game is a little shaky?
You know, we took that, you know, in the fence. Because, you know, you feel me, like, it made us mad, made us eager, you know, to get better and work this whole bye week. And, you know, I'm proud of this O-line. I'm proud of my running back room, you know, for staying on me and continue to motivate me. And, yeah.
You should be proud of yourself. You've overcome quite a bit. What's it been like to battle back from a severe knee injury?
It was hard, but, you know, I had my mom, my family, you know, they continue to help me push, and my coaches. And as soon as I got here, my confidence was through the roof.
What does this win mean? What steps forward did you guys take today off the bye week?
5-0. You feel me? We established the run game today, and you know that's what I'm proud of. That's what we've been working on this whole bye week, and I'm proud of this team.
Trey Benson, congratulations, more than 200 yards. Mark,
big time game. He couldn't even believe how many yards. A happy Norvell family. College football scoreboard coming up next, followed by Notre Dame and Louisville. For Louis Riddick, Quint Kesenick,